tryna hold you close to me like the bag Chanel.
Longhorn got this shit called, it's under shareable starters. It's called Wild West Shrimp. That be hitting.
Oh, here we go. Longhorn salmon.
I'm getting an outlaw ribeye, medium. Probably get medium rare. I'm gonna do medium. It's already a big steak.
I'm so hungry.
I'm gonna get the mash on the side with the broccoli.
You know what you gotta do? You gotta get the pepper. You gotta get the pepper in.
Like a sandwich.
Period.
Alright, so look. First of all, real quick. They playing my shit. They playing my shit. The Caesar salad. Your entree come with 2 sides, or you can get 1 side of Caesar. I get 1 side of Caesar. So what I do is, you already know, take the shrimps from the Wild West John, put it in the salad. God made dirt, look on her. And look, that's what I do too. And I'm not really a spicy type of guy, but for some reason, there's just certain spices that be okay. Throw a little bit of peppers in there. Now you just got some old elevated shit. Get a little bit of pepper on there. Crazy.
Let me give y'all a little ASMR.
What is it called? ASMR? Alright. You heard it. Now for the shrimp. If you're not getting your steak like this, throw that shit away. If you're not getting your steak like this, you need to throw that shit away. All that well done, what you want to eat, a brick?
I feel like I grew up wanting stuff well done, and as an adult, I do not like well done nothing. Taste that garlic butter?
That's fire.
That's fire.
How we met?
Cause I kind of feel like, okay, nobody knows us for real. Like, you two don't know us. So
I was walking down the street.
no.
I just hear somebody say, hey. I'm like, what the f-? I turn, I look, I see this nice looking light-skinned girl. She like running towards me and shit. She gets to me And she like, hey, you dropped something. I'm like, I dropped something. I knew she had to be lying because I was coming out of the store, whatever, and I literally didn't have anything to drop. So she like, you dropped something. I'm like, what I dropped? She just pulled out her phone and was like, my phone, because you ain't put your number. It was real corny. But anyway, next thing I know, I just couldn't get rid of her. Been here ever since. So if y'all really want a YouTube video about that, hey.
The lies. Did you always know that you would end up being a married man at some point? Like, was that something that growing up you thought that you wanted for yourself?
I always knew that I would be a married man one day because the way that God made me, if this makes sense, and I think this would make sense to people that feel the same way. I'm a relationship person. I'm a relationship type of person. So I guess what that means is, like, I like to have a person, you know? So I always knew that I was gonna be married one day because fucking marriage is the definition of having a person. You feel me? So yeah, I always knew I would be married.
I also feel like I always knew that I would be married. I feel like that was just always the expectation. Like, me growing up as a young lady and being taught that certain things were made for marriage and how that's just like I just grew up like that's how life was supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to live your life and then you find your person, and when you find that person, you marry them. Like, I always felt like that was just a part of life. Like, that's just something that just makes sense. Like he said, like, finding your person. So I always saw myself being married later on in life. There was never no doubt about it. Like, growing up, I always knew, like, I'm going to have a husband. Now, the $1 billion question is, why did you, what told you that you were ready at this moment to be married, and why Chanel Janae?
My age, the fact that I want more kids, and I know that my next children that I had, I wanted it to be with my wife. And also, we've been together for like 6.5 years, so, you know, I started to look like the guys that I would preach about, and the relationships that I would preach about when I would say, like, ladies, look.
Everything's so good for you?
Yup, for sure. Like, ladies, look, if that nigga been with you all these years and he ain't married you yet, you know what I'm saying? You need to move on. That nigga, I used to be saying shit like that, and I used to have to look at myself in the mirror like, well, nigga, you didn't marry her yet. But in my head, I was always looked at it like, I know I'm gonna marry her, so I didn't feel like I was talking to me. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it was. I was talking to me. Oh yeah, and then what made Chanel is because Chanel's a good girl. She's everything that I asked for in a woman. She talk a lot. That's out. Mine is like a little bit of the talking for me, but it's like nah. But yeah, nah. She's just a good girl. She's a good woman. She just compliments what I got going on. So everything that I lack, she picks up. You know what I'm saying? And the things that she may lack, which is minor, because you know she's perfect, I pick up. You feel me? So like, I'm an angry person sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And she's not. So. And then you know, the nice always outweighs the anger. So when I be angry and she's just herself being nice, it makes me feel bad. And then they be like, you know what? Then I want them just not being angry no more and being nice. So why did you say yes? And how many kids are you gonna give me?
I say yes because, number one, I do date to marry. So my whole intention when dating someone is to eventually lead to marriage. So like I feel like you go through life in stages. You go through a talking stage where you're getting to know somebody. You go through a stage of dating people. But after a while, it's like, what's next? You know, I feel like next would be marriage. So I said yes because I feel like, just like you said, we've been together for a long time now. So it was only right. It was like the next step, and I feel like that was like the remaining step for me. Like this is like the last piece of the puzzle as far as us or children. Yeah. So children is the last piece, but like this is like the second to last piece to the puzzle basically. So I already felt really good being in a relationship with you. I always felt mad good about it. I always felt happy. I felt safe. I felt secure, and I just felt like this was going to be a long-term, never-ending relationship. And I just feel like being married seals the deal, and it makes me feel better inside about what I'm doing, because just me as a Christian woman and growing up in a Christian household, it's like always a little pinch that makes you feel a little bit wrong or feel a little bit bad based off what you've been told for so long, if that makes sense. Like as far as living with your partner or anything, like just like acting like a wife but not being a wife, being that's been like drilled in our heads for so long, it make you feel like only like a little fraction of you be like, I like what I'm doing, but it just feel a little wrong, like a little bit, like I'm not supposed to be doing this and that. So I feel like now with this new journey that we're on now, it just makes everything even more solidified. Like everything is just feels even better. Like it's like now it's like ain't nothing in the way. It ain't nothing feels wrong. Everything feels 100% right. Like we can't go wrong now. Like you know how usually when a couple finds out that they're pregnant, you might be happy later on, but initially you're like, dang, like what do we do? Like you don't feel good about it because life ain't right, or you're not married like people say you should be and stuff like that. So it's like, or like you should be. So I feel like with us doing this makes me feel like everything is right now. Like there's no way people could look at us and say that we're wrong about anything. Like it just makes everything come full circle. So now when we have our kids or kid it's just gonna be such a happy moment. That's my whole thing. Like I don't want to have a moment of finding out that I'm pregnant and I'm scared, or I'm like having anxiety, or I'm feeling like, should I keep it? Like I don't want to have those thoughts. I want it to be like so exciting and so like such a surprise that we're just like, yay, oh my God, like I just want that. And like for us to move forward with our business endeavors and making more and more money and getting the house of our dreams. Like I just want to live that life that people talk about, and I feel like we can do it because we're doing it the right way.
Like my hat.
And I want to set that example for other girls too. For our girls, like we have girls in our lives, I want to be an example of that and what they should be not settling for anything less than what they deserve.
But also understanding that the goal is to find a good man that you can get on his plan, because that's the whole goal. The goal is to get on a man's plan, but a good man's plan. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we teaching our girls. You know what I'm saying? That men are something, and you know you need a man just like we need a woman.
We barely ate our meal. We gonna pack it up to go home and eat it tomorrow. Period. And make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And if y'all want to see more of us doing like a couple things, make sure that y'all hit the like button.
Like, share, subscribe.
W's chat.
Her name's Chanel, and she keeps my strap in her Chanel.